Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have an announcement, and as you can tell from the title, I've started a candle business. It's pretty exciting, kind of scary, but I want to share the journey up to this point to kind of explain how I got here. I know that earlier this year I posted that I was going to be making videos throughout this year, and it just didn't pan out that way because a lot has happened. I did 3 videos earlier this year because I was feeling like super motivated to create something. And so I did that first one, and then I did my goals video, and then we traveled to Palm Springs, and then I just stopped posting. I was actually trying to make a video on perfectionism and trying to get past that, but my perfectionism got in the way of me creating that video. And the camera that I had for pretty much my entire YouTube, I was trying to film with that, and the quality of the camera just wasn't good. So I ended up selling it, and I was just so frustrated. I bought these curtains. I was gonna start just trying to do YouTube videos in here, and whenever I try to film that video, it just looked awful. Like I don't know why. So now I'm just filming on my phone and just using that, and honestly, it looks way better than what I was using. Maybe one of these days I'll get a nicer camera. I was just so unmotivated to create at that point. And then my wife was going through some mental health stuff at that time too. And so my focus wasn't on creating anything. It was just trying to take care of her. And she ended up quitting her job because I was like, okay, you can't do this anymore. You need to figure out something else. And she's always wanted to be an artist. And so she quit her job. She started focusing on herself, focusing on her art, and actually started trying to pursue being an artist, which is not easy. As we've learned this past year, it's a lot of work to make stuff and try to make stuff that you're proud of. And there's just a lot of trial and error and all that kind of stuff. But she's been really trying to make her own art and do that. And we've been going to lots of markets. And so she's been vending and selling her art and, making a little bit of money. Definitely not what she was making whenever she had her full-time job, but it's so much better for her to have that. And we're trying to grow that business, and, hopefully we can figure out ways for her to make even more and continue to be able to do this instead of needing to get another job. We bought this house with the plan of us both having jobs. And so we're trying to figure all that out. Definitely a lot more, saving and not spending as much, even though, I did buy some stuff, but I'll explain all that in a minute. But with her going to all those markets and me being there and helping her out and trying to set up her booth and help her make sales and, be supportive and be there, I've been surrounded by all these other makers and, people coming up and just seeing, interacting with people and thinking, man, this is pretty cool. I've actually been enjoying going to the markets, and I thought, you know what? It'd be cool if I made something myself. So I actually started drawing a logo for myself to make some art. And then, through that process of me trying to build something for myself, I was like, oh, do you know what would sell well? Candles. It doesn't seem that hard to make some candles, which I've learned is a lie. It's a little bit harder than I initially thought. But I was like, you should make some candles. And she was like, no way. I mean, she already knew that was too difficult. She just wanted to focus on her art, which I totally get. And I was like, you know what? I could probably make some candles. So I started looking into it, watching some videos. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I actually, like I said, I sold my camera and I put that money into my personal savings. And then I was like, I'm going to invest that into this candle business and just see what happens. So I took $500 from, what I sold my camera for. I got a business banking account. I got a DBA. I bought supplies, and I, did some tests. And I was trying to figure out, what kind of scents I want to do. And I've been playing around with stuff. So back in September, I was okay, I think I'm good to start trying to see what this is about. And I made a couple cents, and then I went to my first market and sold my first candle. Alongside trying to create all these candles, I was like, okay, I need to get into social media of some sort. So I created an Instagram and I created a TikTok, and I tried to achieve one of my goals that was on my bingo card for this year, which was to post 50 days in a row. This seemed like the perfect opportunity, it like lined up with that. So I was like, okay, 50 days from Halloween. I was like, that's the day I'm going to start. And I posted for 50 days in a row. And it was a lot harder than I thought. I had a little bit of a backlog that I had been recording beforehand. And then going into those 50 days, trying to like make candles, do my full-time job, and create content is extremely difficult. But I really stuck to it, and I was able to do that. I had a couple videos go somewhat viral, which is really cool. And I just shared that. I didn't announce it on any of my personal stuff yet. So like not this YouTube channel, not my personal Instagram or whatever. I was just letting it organically grow and just see what happens. And also, I'm just a little bit scared because I've started stuff before and not followed through with it. You know, I've tried doing photography, I've tried doing some other stuff. And I'm just like, okay. And I build this whole brand with it. And then once the brand is built, then I'm just like, okay, it's done. The fun part's over. And then I just never follow through. And this one, I try to do a little bit differently. So there's so much that I want to do with the branding, but I'm just not letting that get in the way. I made some labels. I printed them at home, cut them, and I put them on the candles. And I'm like, okay, we have something. I had the logo that I drew previously that I mentioned. And I was like, okay, here's the brand that I have right now. I want to grow it. I want to be this like spooky, luxurious, like dark glamour style for the brand. And I'm like slowly evolving into that. And that's what's exciting to me, is like building something like that. It's like a continuous process of just like building and evolving. And it's like what makes branding fun is that just constant updating. And so I'm really excited about doing that, and having something like candles that I can continuously like play with and like do some other stuff with is like, feels like a perfect fit. I've got my candles made. I launched my website. I'm like paying taxes now. What the heck is that? There's so much that goes into it besides just making the candles. Like I'm learning more about running my own business. Like I knew a little bit because my wife has had her business before and I've helped her out, but it's just so much still to learn, and I'm trying to have fun with it and grow it. And I feel like at this point I'm ready to announce it, share it, and just see how it grows from there. I've been doing pretty well, at least to my standards, on like what I've started with. I'm $50 away at this point from $1,000 in sales, which is mind blowing. So I've doubled what I've put into it. Now I will say that I have spent a lot more than that on future supplies that I've got over here. I bought this desk from somebody on Facebook Marketplace, and I just bought a wax melter that I haven't used yet. And then I built a little stand for it, which may be a little tall. We'll figure that out. I had been doing everything in my kitchen. So I've been using a double boiler and getting the wax hot in there and then pouring it on my kitchen counters. And then as it's been curing, it's been sitting on my kitchen counters, which hasn't been great because this house is staying messy and it's been bothering me so much. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to take my office and convert it into my little candle warehouse, my little candle factory. And so I have this room that I've completely, I say completely redone. I've redone it. I've added this desk here. I've got my computer desk that I was working on over here. And that's where I'm going to be pouring candles. And then upstairs in the guest bedroom, I've moved my computer to. And so I've got a smaller working area for my day job. But then I'll have this whole room dedicated to making candles. I don't need a huge room to work from. So that's fine for now. And, we'll just see where this goes. I'm really excited about it. I'm trying to like make it a priority, and like this is something that I want to do, at least right now, and just see where it goes in my free time. So this is my hobby that I'm just trying to like see where it goes. And a lot of times I don't like to sit around, so I end up doing something. And then if there's a way that I could be productive and potentially make some money while doing something, then this feels like a good opportunity to do that. So I want to talk about what's next, and I've got some exciting stuff in the works. Along that luxurious dark glamour vibes, I'm going to be launching a Valentine's collection in January that I'm really excited about. Ooh. And I've got some new vessels that are like 3 times as much as the ones I purchased previously. And I've got new supplies. I'm going to be testing out wood wicks instead of the cotton wicks and see how those turn out. I am like evolving, like I said, and it's exciting. It is scary. I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous, like about it, not about it failing, but about like, am I going to just give up on this? Like, as I was putting this stuff together, I was thinking, oh no, I'm like so deep into it. I can't quit now. And actually my wife shared a post the other day that I was thinking about. Is like, I'm someone's favorite candle maker now, so I can't give up. And I don't know, I'm just excited but nervous and scared, and I don't want to give up. I'm in it. I'm excited. I keep saying I'm excited, but I am. And I'm excited to share with you guys finally what I've been doing. I haven't, like I said, told any of my friends or family. There has been a couple people that's figured it out, through Luna's social media, or just happened to like stumble upon it on Instagram or something like that, because they suggest it based on like who I follow and all that kind of stuff. So a couple people have found it. Several people at work has found it. Not that I'm hiding it or anything, but I'm just like, okay, I don't want to share it until I'm ready. And I don't even know if I'm ready now, but I'm here and I'm excited. Again, excited. And if you're local to Conway or Little Rock or, Central Arkansas, come on down to a future market. I'll have some candles there. I got to figure out how to sell online better, because I know it's something that you kind of want to smell before you buy, especially with it being higher than like something you get at the store in price. Even though those candles, I'm learning so much about it. It's like those candles that you buy in the grocery store are way worse and worse for you than I would have thought. And so I'm like making sure I'm getting clean ingredients, especially with me having asthma, like trying to take care of myself and everyone around us, and like be smart about it. So I'm figuring all that out. But yeah, I'm just ready to share, I guess, at this point. And I don't know, just if you're interested in checking it out, I'll have my website down below in the description, along with my Instagram and TikTok. And if you want to join my newsletter, which I would greatly appreciate, then you can do that as well. I'll be sharing deals and stuff like that. We just had Black Friday to Cyber Monday, and I probably did too much there. I did 30% off, which with the current pricing that I have now really ate into my margins. But I'm learning more about pricing, so I'm going to be updating my pricing soon and all that. So anyway, welcome to the new business journey. We'll see how long it lasts. I know there's statistics about like people quitting and failing pretty quickly. So I'm going to live past that, and I'll check in with you in a year from now, hopefully, and see where we're at. I just want to continue to grow this I appreciate everyone's support, and I'll just see you guys in the next video, whenever that is. Bye.